So I'm trying to remember to do the motivation at the start of everything that we do, you know. It's always a good idea. Because it's said like this. Anyway, I won't go there. There's three of them. You can guess. So, you know, like, I like this really very simple thing, you know, may I become a light that dispels the darkness in the world, you know. But then I was thinking, yeah, maybe you should explain that a little bit, Martin. Then I thought of this prayer of St. Francis. You know the one, don't you? Like the one that goes, I have it written down here. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is despair, let me bring hope. All that kind of thing. So when I was looking for it, it turns out that there's no evidence that St. Francis wrote that. I know, I hope that doesn't destroy it for you, but there's no evidence. But there's no evidence that he wrote it. But it's the right sentiment, you know. So just that whole idea, like, you know, to focus like what our purpose is. So our purpose really is to cease being such assholes, you know. And to actually become a positive influence in the world. Oh God. Anyway. So I'll start off. So I think as everybody knows, you know, there's two types of meditation that you find in most systems, both Buddhist and non-Buddhist. It's not these meditations aren't exclusively Buddhist. That's the meditation of shamatha and vipassana. And as you know, shamatha is basically about making your mind peaceful, you know, and that's usually done by blocking your thoughts. Now, again, like there's very subtle ways of blocking your thoughts, like for example, paying attention to your breath rather than your thoughts, you know, a particular type of mindfulness, you know. And then there's vipassana, and the purpose of the vipassana is to actually produce insight. Now, what do I mean by insight? Insight is basically non-conceptual understanding. In other words, it's not based on ideas, it's based on revelation. This is a very Christian word. It's based on revelation in your own being. You know, something is revealed to you in your own being. That's what's meant by the vipassana insight. And in this meditation that we do, this texture meditation, it accomplishes both of these at the same time, and a bit more besides. So, because basically we have some kind of idea or we have some kind of introduction to the nature of our ordinary mind, you know. Because we have that, even if it's only intellectual, you know, we can let all our mental appearances free themselves. Because we have that insight, because we have that understanding. And that's through all the chats we've had and sitting together and so on, you know. And it's basically allowing them to free themselves by not clicking on the clickbait. You know, when the end of the world is nigh, or whatever. I don't know. That's a really crap clickbait. I don't know. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So basically, by not clicking, you know, by just leaving unaltered, you know. So when the movement of mind appears, we simply leave it unaltered. We leave that movement unaltered, and it dissolves. And when it dissolves, the cycle of deluded stories that we have is cut. And your mind starts to clear. And it becomes peaceful, even when there is movement. This is the special thing. about this type of meditation is that peaceful even with the movement. Because when you don't provoke your mind, when you don't provoke, it settles and it becomes open and spacious when you don't provoke. It's non-violence. Okay? And what happens as you become more and more familiar with this, gaps appear between your thoughts. And in the gap, there's no thought, but you're still there, experiencing that absence of thoughts and everything else, the sounds, the clouds in the sky, me waving my hand. And so basically what we do here is we remain present, quietly observing, just bare seeing, bare unfiltered seeing, bare seeing. And when we do that, we have a direct experience of the nature of experience itself. That's the insight. Some masters actually call the Dzogchen teachings Maha Vipassana, which means sublime insight, or most excellent insight. And when you just simply remain like this, in this quietly observing, the notion of I dissolves effortlessly. It's kind of like who? And a feeling of well-being starts to emerge from your nature, and you become soft, and your breathing slows down, and you can feel a release as you breathe out through your mouth, and that release deepens your relaxation. But it's not a dull relaxation. You're awake. So that's it. Relaxed. No need to alter. Leave your mouth slightly open. Even though thoughts come and dissolve again, all the time you are present. You're just there. All these things are happening. You're just there. And everything that's happening dissolves. And another thing happens. And it does exactly the same thing. And you're still there, breathing, seeing, relaxed, without any purpose. Which you might find uncomfortable. But it's okay. Embrace the discomfort. You don't have to do anything. It's all automatic. Don't worry if your mind carries you away. It won't last long. You'll become present again, without any effort or any decision on your part. Become present, seeing, experiencing, observing, open, soft. Doesn't matter what your mind says to you. It doesn't last long. Something else comes up. Don't believe it. Just observe. This is refuge. This is the safe space in which you can rest. Nothing can harm your experience. Experiences come and go. You're still there. I'm going to say a little bit about continuity, Maria. I'm going to say a little bit about continuity in our discussions afterwards. And also I'm hoping to say a little bit about rebirth. And I've got a lot of things I'd love to say. I'd love to talk as well about the fear. I remember Emer mentioned it, about the fear. About the fear of just being open. But it's, look, you got Christmas shopping to do, you know. I vaguely remember what that was like. There's one of the Tibetan masters saying, "Oh no, you shouldn't be observing Christmas. You're Buddhists," you know. I don't believe that, but anyway. Okay, so if you need to go, you got things to do. I'll say goodbye, you know, and there's always the recording anyway. So.